The big guns are definitely thick enough and numerous enough and long enough to be plenty satisfying. Hello everyone who is dreading sending your Wark-Wark against the hardest and nastiest flying bit of the world. I am BorderWise and welcome back to From the Depths. Bulwark versus the world! We have done most of the factions against the new and improved Wark-Wark, and we've only got 2 to go, which means today it's Grey Talon time. Now, part of the things prompting me to hurry up and get to this particular recording was people in me Patreon Discord. By the way, I have a Patreon Discord. You get it through supporting on Patreon at the lowest tier, and that is my shameless plug for the day. But people were discussing in there how the Bulwark would do in the upcoming Bulwark versus the World fights, and it was quite it was quite entertaining. It was like people discussing like an upcoming boxing match. It was like, oh, who do you think's gonna win? Oh, I think that guy's gonna win. No, I think that guy's gonna win. Oh, that guy's gonna get creamed. And for the record, we're facing off against the Grey Talons here, including some new godlies, which we haven't really seen before. I was trying to remember the name of the Aetos, and I was failing miserably, I think in multiple recordings now, and people... there was one person who was very confidently saying, like, oh, you're talking about the Tarpon. Or rather, they said, you're talking about the Tarpon because blah blah blah, and I said, no, I said Grey Talon craft, dude. No disrespect, I just found it funny. But anyway, it is time for Bulwark to probably get her ass kicked, because here's the thing about these factions. All of them can be difficult in their own way, but, the Grey Talons is when things start getting genuinely difficult, because they are getting proper meta in terms of the game. Twin Guard is kind of meta, I suppose, but also they are the cheesiest faction that people seem to like the least. That being said, they're like, damn it, I did that wrong. I'm distracting myself. People don't like the Twin Guard, but they love how the Twin Guard look, and somehow that makes it worse. I always say the Twin Guard is a little bit like, you know, it's like meeting an attractive person who's like really, really irritating and like makes your day worse, but they look really cool, and so the primal monkey part of your brain wants to like them, despite the fact that they're, I don't know, kind of annoying. That's the Twin Guard for me personally. Alright, so the Aetos is 290, 850 divided by 290 equals 2.9. Oh, Bulwark, you poor soul, you're fighting 3 of these things. So if you don't know the Aetos, I was kind of looking at this little fella, because, alright, it's not that little, per se, but it is 290,000 materials, under 4,000 blocks. This is a nasty little thing, because, like, it Tokyo drifts like crazy, so let us get into it. If the Bulwark lands even a single cram shot, it will be a damn... Actually, if she lands APS shots, it'll be a damn miracle. Yeah, and it has nasty birth plasma? I was about to say birth plasma. I guess I did, but... yeah, and wow, okay, immediately 2 turrets are gorn. Alright. Yeah, and this is one of these frontsiders that... look how much those crams have whiffed. The thing about crams is that you only... it doesn't matter whether you miss by a country mile or by inches, because a miss is a miss. But at the same time, when crams miss like that... boy... you know you're never gonna land shots. It's like demoralizing. How much damage did that do? Okay, I think I'm gonna have to go look at the... oh, lordy. Alright, so burst plasma is, possibly an awesome way of getting small plasma guns to do real nasty things. I think the like, I'm just gonna pencil right in here, the Aetos. Is that how you spell it? Aetos, yes. I'm definitely not typing in a very specific letter right now, just preemptively. What is this thing armed with, actually? Since we already know ahead of time that Bulwark's not winning this one, hang on a minute, did any of these things get hit? Any of them? Nope, nope. Where's the third one? Oh, one of them did get, like, mildly tickled, but that's it. Let's see if these crams will land. This right here is one of the main reasons I'm very cynical about cram cannons being used in, like, the late game of Niter when you're facing off against, well, the Grey Talons. So what is this thing armed with? I'm seeing that's not an APS, it's mostly these giant... This thing is rolling over, like, legitimately, like, entirely over. Which is presumably how it's, like, managing to not only strafe, but also change altitude. Just rolls over like... Wait, does this have projectile avoidance? Wait a minute. Maneuver, does it have... What the hell? Oh, it uses bread. Combat control... What the hell? Oh, go... Get out of here, man. Dude, I don't even know how to change the text color in breadboard. How do you do that? Ah! I feel so sorry for Bulwark. Wait a minute. Okay, one of them... Let's go have a look at you. I think this is the one. I think maybe the AP... Oh, it has little particle cannons. Wait, no. It has one little particle. I keep forgetting what is the top side and what is the bottom side and the side and the other side. Thankfully, front side and back side is pretty obvious. This is a gorgeous little thing, actually. I keep calling it little. It's only little in comparison to the Bulwark. And, yeah, I think even just one of these things absolutely would clobber the Bulwark. She's been scalped! Her superstructure is not super anymore. Alright, well, it's all over bar the screaming. Like, she's literally... Alright, just to make absolutely sure, I'm going to assume that she's... Nope. Right, so I really need to, I think I have an idea. For how to make my little evil helicopter more evasive. It's literally make it do barrel... There used to be a full turret there, now there's considerably less of a full turret. Oh, and that kind of plasma is an air gap counter, I just realized, because usually plasma doesn't do super well with air gaps because it doesn't jump them. But if you go like pew 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 really rapidly back to back, like it means that the first one opens a hole, the second one goes in the hole and cooks whatever on the other side of the hole, and then the third one cooks some more. What I'm saying is that plasma is an excellent way to do cooking, and you should install a plasma cannon in your home. Like, well, look at that! That did the trick just nicely. Wow. Yeah, I'm just gonna speed up the footage now, I think, because the Bulwark is. Let's check her health. She's at 78%. She's not winning this one. We already know. There she goes. There she goes again. Oh, look at her still firing her flares as if that's going to accomplish absolutely anything. It just occurred to me, there has got to be some kind of way, probably breadboard or lure, to stop your frickin' flares firing when the enemy is firing flares or interceptors or something like that. Ah, what a bummer. Anyway, let's check my notes. Oh, look at that! I've already, look at that! Somebody already typed a big L right there. I wonder who that could have been. Okay, so the Aetos, that was savage ass beating. That was, like I said before, I think even one-on-one, the Bulwark would not have won that. That thing is about as cram-proof as it's possible to get, and I hope everyone understands now why doing a cram-only run of Niter is getting harder every day. You can do it, like, I can imagine a cramcraft that can, like, you know, that can basically fight the Aetos, but at that point, it's basically a ramming vehicle. It gets right up in its face and just lets rip. Okay, let's see here. Harpia. Harpia. I like to play my Harpia. It is hard on my fingies because Harpia is made of heavy armor. Okay, 850 divided by 439. 439 is 1.9. I'm so sorry, Bulwark. It's a 2v1, and you are the one. You are the only one. I'm very musical today. My warm-up was singing. I'm being a good boy. I'm warming up before content, so we can all be content with my content, and then we can use our content to go camping together. I don't know that much about the Harpia. What? Oh, it's this guy. Oh. Oh, it's all plasma all the time. This thing is also going to drive like nuts. Yep, there we go. Okay, before we... Okay, that's 3% health immediately gorn. So, disadvantage of pole armor. I didn't test how well pole armor does against plasma, but it's as bad as every other kind of compact thing. Yeah, this thing is Tokyo drifting. Like, wow. Yeah, this is the kind of thing you need, like, really high-speed railguns, or a stupidly strong pierce laser, or just big particle cannons to deal with. I do like that. These new Great Talon craft are gorgeous. Bloody gorgeous, mate. Does everyone understand now why, back when I was making, like, you know, the old Wark-Wark, the retrofitted Bulwark, why I immediately skipped to a bouncy airship that constantly spawns nukes? It's because that's what the Great Talons are like. And it's like, you know, I was trying to think ahead. I'm salty because, like, honestly, looking at something like this, like, spawning, like, nukes at it would probably be one of the better ways of dealing with. This is just more of the same. This is just the Aetos, but, like, bigger and meaner. What is this thing? The Harpia. I know what things are called. I'm just gonna... Oh, I don't know. Like, don't mind me. I'm typing... you don't know what letter I'm typing next to the Harpia on me little notes. You don't know. It could be anything. I could not... Maybe I wasn't typing a letter all... Maybe I was typing a number. Oh, gods. I'm so sorry, Wark-Wark. Oh, no. Again, this is one where the Bulwark even 1v1. I don't think she would have won this. Let's be real. I don't think she's landed, like, even a single shot on these things. Well, she has, but, like, it's definitely not cram shots. And that got kind of close, though. Oh, these bloody bouncy airships. I might just have to replace every single turret on the Bulwark with diff guns, or something like that. I might have to do that. I might have to. Because, as well, for this particular challenge, because of the way I'm doing it, because it's, like, based on, like, material cost, I could just make the Bulwark a lot cheaper, and then suddenly all the things she's doing that are like, you know, when she's fighting multiple opponents are one-on-one, which already makes it better. And let's be real here, the much-vaunted pole armor, which I have tested to some degree of satisfaction, but not a hell of a lot, it's not doing her any favors, so I might just, oh god, that is nasty plasma. That's, Nasma. Nasty and plasma. Nasma. Oh, right. I just came up with that word. Would this count as Doom Plasma, do you think? I don't know. I got a... Oopsie. Alright, that fires a lot faster, than the Aetos does. Aetos? I'm not sure how to pronounce that. Also, who names these things? They're geniuses. I didn't check who made the Aetos, but, like, these are very similar, so it wouldn't be surprising if it was the same person. Matt! Wait a minute. Hold on. Wait a minute. Isn't Matt the person who also did the Gravitas? Or am I crazy? Am I getting people mixed up? I have a really bad memory for names, but Matt, you are evil. I love you for making the game interesting and making gorgeous, formidable craft for the campaign, but also you're evil. Love you, but also hate you. Never met you. Okay. Oh, no, I'm not even gonna... Wow, I'm not even gonna have to speed this up. I can just keep flapping my gums. Same plasma and particle cannon. Very dense scrub. How far away are these things? About 2,500 meters away. Let's point out, maintain distance. Their combat distance is, yep, 2,500 meters. I might want to just replace... Here's the thing. People want me. I know people want me to keep the Bulwark, like... And I also want to change the Bulwark as little as possible. But when you invest in cram cannons like this, when your investment portfolio is mostly... Yep, there she goes. When your investment portfolio is mostly cram cannon... when changes to the market, like the Aetos and the Harpia show up, you are going to lose a lot of money. Approximately 1 Bulwark's worth of money. So, more reason to make your Bulwark cheap, I guess. I don't know why I went onto a money investment portfolio tangent there, but, like, there you go. Anyway, the Harpia won, like, really easily, so it's time to move on to the next thing. Which way is south? That way is south. Bulwark. There you go. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. I am so sorry. Alright, look. It's the Kobold. I already know the Bulwark's not going to win this one, but for the sake of science, we need to do that. Alright, so... 850 divided by 748. We already know how this is going to go. 850 divided by 748. Yeah, it's 1. It's 1. It's 1 Kobold, 1 Bulwark. For anyone who doesn't know about the Kobold, this is the OG Grey Talons front-sider that hates you. She goes... You could actually look at the smoke and see how she moves. She is... I think she's side-strafing at, like... Yes, she is side-strafing at 60 meters per second and going bounce, bounce, bounce. Did she actually land any shots there? Right, Oh, wait! Hold on. Oh, God! That's not good. Right. It'd be amazing if, like, these... Oh, God, what happened? Hold on a minute. Oh. Oh, something exploded, that's what happened. I was about to say that the Bulwark was taking less damage than before, but, Alright. Now... Yeah, no, that's... This... Okay, no, this actually could take a while. Damn it. Actually, no. I'm looking at the river of block confetti there, and that's absolutely not what's happening. Just in case anyone's wondering what the Kobold's firing, definitely I remember. So what is that? That is... Sabot and fins, and I think she also lobs hollow points. That is... a tracer shell... Does she use hollow points? I don't actually know. Nope, it appears to be all... Wait a minute. Yep, nope, it's a pure Sabot. Sandblaster, but like a big one. I forget how big these guns are. They are deco to look bigger. What the... Do the crams actually hit? Oh, and particle cannons as well. Honestly, the fact that the Grey Talons don't use lasers just, I think, makes them more dangerous. You know what I might do with the Bulwark is convert a lot of her crams to mortars, because mortars, weirdly enough, are actually better at hitting things like this, because this thing is moving up and down in the horizontal plane, and in the vertical plane, well, no, yeah, it's moving up and down in the vertical plane, because that's what up and down is, derp derp. But looking at it from above, you can see it's just kind of smoothly curving, and that's the kind of pattern that mortars actually really like. So, yeah, I think if we swap out a bunch of the crams on the Bulwark just for mortars, we might be able to have a good time here. Also, how offended would people be? Well, not offended, or disappointed. Would people be if I turned the Bulwark into a Hydrofoil? Because that is my default for, I want ship go fast, and torpedo proof, I guess. take ship out of water, make ship go zoom zoom. Would people be bummed out by that? Because I do want to entertain people in an entertaining way. I want this to be interesting, but oh my god. Those crams actually hit! Alright then. Wow, the Bulwark's currently doing better against the Kobold than literally any other Great Talon she has faced so far. Huh, the pole armor is actually doing stuff. Imagine if Wark-Wark had mortars. Whee! Also, I'm absolutely going to duct tape friends to her. I think I would... Wow! And definitely, maybe timed frag cram. Like, big ones. Wait, no, we've already discussed that. That would make sense. Alright, so this is going to take approximately 1,000,000 billion years to actually finish. The Kobold's almost in the water. What the hell? She's not bouncing. Nope, never mind, she is. Also, part of me really hates that, like, these things... Let me see, does the Kobold use Breadboard? Yes, it does. Affected by Frostbite. Yep. Wait, who is responsible for this? Yep, it's Frostbite. I'm trying to remember if the old Kobold was worse or better. I think the old Kobold, or at least one of the oldest Kobolds, had a lambs on it, and that thing was just impossible. Or at least it felt like it anyway. Also, the fact that the Kobold is named after what in folklore was a kind of innocuous, like, goblin-y monster thing. Yeah. What is the naming scheme for Great Talons? I gotta be honest, I never figured that out. It seems to be kind of all over the place. Because we've got little folklore creatures, and we've got things like the Extinction, and the Pyre. Maybe it's the whole thing is... Again, that one little cram cannon is managing to land shots on the Kobold. So the Kobold is now, well, still down just 2% health. How mad would people be if I just made the Bulwark repair really quickly and took all the guns off and just it outlasted everything? Yeah, poor Wark-Wark. And there she goes. Well, I'm just gonna type something in me notes over here. I have a sneaking suspicion, like, you know, it's just a hunch, like, that the Bulwark did not win this one. It might have something to do with the absolute torrent of armor-piercing shells that are still going, and the fact that Bulwark is suffering from critical existence failure. So, not looking good for Wark-Wark. If anyone rooting for the Bulwark right now, I'm so sorry. But honestly, did you think she was going to do well against the Great Talons? The Scarlet Dawn has still not been updated to their full scariness yet. So for now, these guys are still the scariest Nita faction. Anyway, moving right along from the Kobold to the oh no. The Goshawk is like the Kobold, but worse. Speaking as a lifelong cram gunner, these things make me very, very, very sad. And just double checking the cost there, the Goshawk, yeah, it's 1v1. I'm so sorry, Bulwark. The Bulwark, not Bulwark. The Goshawk is also one of the weirder looking things. It's like, I don't know, it's like a friggin' like conjoined twin Zeppelin here. Also, that gun is redinky-dink. Absolutely redinky-dink. What kind of nonsense does the Goshawk fire again? It fires. Alright, oh, this is a hollow point spammer. That thing, oh, remember the science I did? Now people disagreed vehemently a lot of the time about, like, how good that science was, but one thing I did find that, wait, I don't remember my results here. Did crosshatch poles do worse again? Hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Where was it? I'm literally looking at my poll testing right now. Is like it was shell number 6. What did best? What did worst? All right, so crosshatch polls actually did pretty well against Hollow Point, like noticeably better than other stuff for some reason. So the Bulwark, I would say the Bulwark. Wow, what happened here? How did the engines get taken out so quick? See, Hollow Point has the potential to be terrifying, but at the same time, seriously, how did the engines get taken out? What happened there? Yeah, she's dead in the water. What happened? Damn. Alright, well, I'm just gonna, like, you know, this is not a mystery to anyone. Goshawk. L. Wow, the Goshawk is, like, making the Bulwark lose health so fast, it looks like she's, like, despawning already. How the hell are we supposed to beat this thing when with the Bulwark as our starting thing? Alright, that went kablooey, as it does. Wow. I have no idea why the Bulwark stopped moving. Damn. Well then, yeah, well, I mean, what can you say? Was anyone surprised by this? If you've met the Goshawk, and honestly, if you've met this thing in the Amnesia campaign, like, I'm so sorry. Maybe making a wooden Bulwark, like, I'm gonna test that. Like, probably, it's like the things in which, Bulwark was beaten, like, because she was outnumbered. What happens if you convert all the structural materials on the Bulwark to wood, and try that again? She'll probably disintegrate really quickly. Let's be honest here. But, you know, you never know. Wow, the Goshawk is, like, you know, taking her time and, like, making sure it's a nice, even finish on just peeling the Bulwark like an orange. This is why Hollow Points are really fun. And, like, I guess you shouldn't underestimate them. I suppose, like, Sabot rounds would do a better job here. But, meh, hold on. I'm trying to remember something here. Yeah, those are railguns. Hollow Point railguns are scary as hell. And there she goes! No! I'm so sorry, Bulwark! Oh, boy. And the Bulwark puts her ass up in the air. In despair. Do you also put your ass up in the air when you despair? When you despair in the air? Okay, enough of the Saloon. Alright, so the Thunderclap. This thing, I loved this thing. It remains to be seen whether I still love this thing, because this thing got a major overhaul. Basically, it used to be a cram thing, and now it's not a cram thing. And it's almost the same cost as the Bulwark, so let's go look at the Thunderclap. Ah, this is just all big APS all the time. Those are big shells, jeez. And she is bouncy as hell. And she just... What shells are those? Those are... Oh! That is AP Heat. Uh-oh, AP Heat and AP Frag. Yep. And a bunch of missiles. Alright, the Thunderclap's really cool. Like, okay, I think something on the Bulwark just exploded. And this right here is demonstrating another thing about why airships are better than just regular surface ships. And that is because with airships, it is a lot more feasible to stick guns on the top and the bottom. What are these things? These are... I think those are just radar guided. Or are they... Are they? I don't know what these are. Yep. Okay, wow, this is the... let's see here. How does one shoot a Thunderclap? Thunderclap. Thunderclap. The Thunderclap is gonna thunderclap those Bulwark cheeks by the look of it. I definitely didn't type an extra letter there. Damn! When she smack your turret so hard, the universe lags. Ooh. And those cram cannons are going to whiff. Is it just me, or does the new Thunderclap, like, I remember the old one, she looked kinda chunky. This one, the new one, looks kinda leaner and meaner, honestly. Probably why she's a lot scarier. Wow! Bulwark is landing shots, just not many of them. I might change those APS guns to be like, I might change them to be like AP times frag, to go along with the, damn, those missile interceptors are actually managing to do stuff. Like, a lot. There's stuffed hither and thither. Let's see. Oh, wow, look at this! The deck is wooden slopes. This thing's got a thin deck. Very unsatisfying and non-pleasurable. But it doesn't need to be, because the big guns are definitely thick enough, and numerous enough, and long enough to be plenty satisfying. Don't look at me like that. Stop it! There was nothing weird about what I said. It made perfect sense. Oh, nope, never mind. Never mind. It is quite nice that these things give off like smoke, so you can actually see the kind of sine wave pattern they do. Also, I figured out something the other day that probably people already knew. That if you want to make your craft bounce up and down, you just turn the gain on the hover PID up to maximum, and the thing goes, like, you know, whoop, 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 whoop. Yikes. Poor Bulwark. Let's see. Thunderclap has lost 2% health. And those things. But also, her shape is very conducive to this, because she's kind of, if you're aiming for, like, the bits on the outsides, like the very top of the above of the higher superstructure, or the tip of the lower superstructure, it's just going to get thrown off wildly. So that kind of diamond cross-section from the side, I think, really works really well. I think this thing... Wow, it just lost a bearing rangefinder by the looks of it. Also, that gun right there is just going like... Brrr, like, wow. Oh, what is this? Are these remote guidance? Damn. The Thunderclap flies. That thing actually managed to penetrate. And did not explode. Ah, I've got notes here. I got notes. I got notes. I got notes. I got notes. Alright, so... Wark-Wark. Red board. Mortars. Laser / pack. Sub-vehicle. Hydrofoil? For speed? Question mark? Yeah, the godly submarines that we've run... Frontslider? Question mark? Since these are basically going to be a one-on-one, that probably would be a good idea. I'm going to have to do a lot of testing to see what works. I'm basically going to be... You know what I should do? I should test the Bulwark against herself and, like, the scariest thing on this list, and see where we go from there. Actually, I could turn her into a front-siding hydrofoil. Because, weirdly enough, you don't see too many of those. And with the luck I've had with, like, Snowman Gary in the Steel Sovereigns campaign, like, I think it could work. Also, a lot of these things are just kind of like, the Bulwark is just ending up facing it anyway. Oh, poor Wark-Wark. Wow, she's had a bad day. She's had a bad day. Real bad day. Because this is her last day. Again, she's had a lot of last days today. Oh boy. Pity the new players who start playing this game. And turn it up to godly, like, first thing. Are these purely deck guns? They are not, by the looks of it. It would be a little bit worrying if they were. They seem too strong. I guess there is something to be said for, like, necklace turrets that are just squirt, and they just, you know, nice and squirt, and so you can, like, stack them on stuff pretty easily. Is there poles in there? Poles? I see heavy armor, I see wedges. I see beam subs. This was definitely not made by... Lusty. Huh. Well then. I guess my comments earlier about the thin deck but the girthy guns was accurate then. I mean, what? No? What? No, who said that? That was weird. That was so weird. I wouldn't have said that. Why would you think I said that? Are you being weird? I think you're being weird right now. Oh, poor Bulwark. Alright, this is the point where I should probably speed things up, because we know. We know. Alright, when you start seeing heat fragments go in one side and out the other, that's... yeah, I think we're done here. Poor Bulwark. Poor Bulwark. And there she goes again. Bulwark burning and disintegrating as the Thunderclap continues to pepper her with shells to assert dominance, if nothing else. Oh look! Somebody already put an L next to the Thunderclap. Right here on me notes. I wonder who could have done that. It could have been anybody. Dave! Was it you, Dave? No. Okay. Sorry for doubting you, Dave. Okay, Danny. Who's next? Who is next? The Warlord. What's 956 divided by... This is the one which the Bulwark might actually win. Because the Warlord is all defense and very little offense, honestly. So, 956 divided by 850 is definitely a number. That I know for sure. Alright, so, what's it? Where's my calculator? There it is. Alright, so 956. Was that the one? Yeah, 956. 957, let's round that up. 957 divided by 850. 957 divided by 850 is 1.1. Okay, it's a 1v1. 1v1, 1v1. I will remember to type things. Right, so the Warlord has been updated, bits and pieces. So for anyone who doesn't know this one, this is a pack frontsider. And I think is mostly focused on being tanky. Let's see there. Alright. Right, Warlord. Alright. I'm immediately seeing block confetti, so... Ah yeah, fly straight towards the cram thing in a nice straight line. It's even at the moment. Oh, she does not have good cram defense. That is unfortunate for you. Okay, nope, alright, no, the Warlord is getting destroyed here. No shade being thrown... Yeah, the Warlord's old. No shade at the person who made this, but, like, if you are building a frontside of your own, don't put your weapons down the center line. You want the center line of the vehicle to be basically solid armor, and the weapons off to the side. So, basically like the Pyre, which we're going to see in a little bit, and is going to annihilate Bulwark, and I already know that. Unless the Pyre does something really stupid, like fly very slowly... Okay, well, this is... I don't know, like, Dave, what are you doing? Like, get away from the keyboard. And this happened so soon. One letter. Whoops. Caps lock was on. Dave! That's my job to type things. See, I'm going to type now. There. You just type the same letter. Shut up, Dave. Who is Dave? Why did I make up someone called Dave? I mean, Dave's real, what? Okay. Yeah, wow, this was, I'm like... Part of me was not expecting the Bulwark to win any fights against the Great Talons. But I guess since the Warlord is an outdated design, it kind of is. Who's working on the new Warlord? Does anybody know? How's that going? Oh, I forgot. The Warlord has missiles, which are being eaten alive by the lambs. Interesting. And Wark-Wark looking quite happy at 99% health. And the particle cannons of the the Warlord did basically nothing. This is the difference between wiggling like a crazy person and not wiggling like a crazy person. Crams have a field day with things that don't move enough. Wow, that's very satisfying. Jeez. Yep. What's in here? Lots of empty space. There used to be particle cannons here. There used to be, but now there's not. Wee doof doof. And I think this thing's falling out of the sky. It is falling out of the sky. when you can only dodge crams when the crams have damaged you enough that you start moving more. And there she goes. Well, there's a win. The Warlord starts with W. You know what else starts with W? Win! Okay, jolly good. Jolly good. Bulwark got at least one win. Yay! Well done, Bulwark. Everybody clap for Bulwark in the comments. Do it right now. You make her feel very good. Okay, so we have our Wark-Wark doing Wark-Wark over there. And so there's the Warlord. Now we have the Onslaught. I don't think the Bulwark is going to win this one. Alright, so what do we got? 994 divided by 850. I think this is still going to be 1v1. It is. This has lore. Lots of it. Yeah, it has a lot of lore, which I'm not going to read right now. I think if it's called the Onslaught, that's already a bit of a hint as to what it does to people. What is this thing's deal? What is it? Alright, I see guns. Oh, it's laser guided. Oh, wow. It lost a lot. Oh, it's a missile spammer. These are... well, they look like fancy buzz bombs. What are these? Oh, they're heat. I see heat. I see trees of blue. Yup, dup de doo. Oh, I also see a lot of seaweed. Wow, I don't remember the Onslaught at all. Well then, 97% health, or 96 versus 90. Wow, this is pretty even. Except it has a lot of seaweeds by the looks of it. Where even are all those? Oh, there it is. It's got 4 of them. What are these? This is the one thing I don't like about deck-out missiles, is that you can't tell what they are. Also lots of bullets. Oh, the lamb's notes got destroyed immediately. Oh gods, oh gods. Alright, nope, nope, nope. Nope, 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 no, 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 no. I have a gut feeling that the Bulwark is not winning this. So, Onslaught. So what do we got? 91% versus 95%. These are very well decked missiles. Look at these, they look so cool. It's got a little blue eye on it. And I love that little, essentially, cruise missile type thing they have going there. Hate what they're doing to Bulwark, though. Jeez. Rude. Very rude. Alright, 86% health versus 95. Yeah, got a sneaking suspicion the Onslaught is going to win this one. Let's have a look at her a bit more. I haven't explored her much. Basically, yeah, looks like laser-guided, beam rider, I'm guessing. Interesting. How fast does this thing move? Top speed at 84 meters per second. But I guess that's enough for a beam rider to do. Alright, I need to practice. People don't seem to like beam riders very well. Oh, it's got a bull! A bull! How did they do that? I need a... Note to self. Look at bull. Look at bull later. Wah. Look at bull. Figure out how to make bull. Now, usually you make bull by getting a pre-existing bull and having it do things to a cow, and later on, you might get another cow or a bull. Maybe both. I think twins in, like, cattle is really rare, so... Probably not. But anyway, that's how you usually make a bull. But now I want to figure out the from the depths way of making a bull, which is probably just lots of very patient decorating. What are these shells? Let's go... Where am I? These are, I would guess, armor-piercing. Yep, they're just... Alright, so that looks like... Yeah, just armor-piercing solid bodies. Alright then, how many missile bays does this have? It has 1, 2, 3... All of them large, because as we all know, huge missiles are a giant waste of time. You might as well spawn nukes instead, but people don't like it when you do that. I mean, if no one's watching, I guess you can do it. Psst, don't tell anybody, but I was messing around with a nuke spawning bomber, and it was really fun, but don't tell anybody. It'll be our secret. Like, definitely don't share this video as proof that I'm being naughty and I'm going to be, like... spawning nukes in the campaign, probably. Just a little bit. Just a smidge. Just as for a taste. And... yeah, no. The Bulwark's not landing any significant damage ever again. Those are getting right in there. Ouch. This just goes to show just how compact the Bulwark is, which unfortunately doesn't work well for durability that much. Oh well, it's time to speed up the footage again. Wait, what the hell happened over there? Whoa, 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 hold the phone. I was barely paying attention. That looked important, whatever. I mean, it's mostly structural blocks, but... I think the whole thing fell off. Or did it? What happened? Huh, I guess maybe the cram shots finally got somewhere. What the hell? Bulwark got her eye in. Guess I shouldn't have sped up the footage. Well, okay, never mind. Never mind. It all worked out in the end. And by all worked... Oh, some parting shots from Bulwark. Oh dear. Oh dearie, dearie me. I'm definitely going to need to experiment with mortars to see how well they do. Like, you wouldn't think they'd do better, but the homing they do... Wow. Does really nicely. I'm not tired, you're tired. Alright. This has taken a lot longer than I thought. Like, I've been recording over an hour. Like, I guess Bulwark's kind of tough. Alright, Pyre, 850... Okay, we know how this is gonna go. This is the thing I was trying to emulate, at least a little bit, with Wark-Wark the First. Alright, so 1, 4, 5, 4, 1, 4, 5, 4, divided by 850. It's 1.7. Okay, it's a 2v1. It is a 2v1. I don't think it's gonna go well. Or maybe it will, I don't know. Right, Bulwark actually has a little bit of a material advantage right here. But we'll have to see, because the Pyre is ridiculous. The Pyre is ridinkydink. Alright, let's see here. What those crams do... Those crams are on target. Huh. Let's see, what ICBM do... Woo! ICBM shot down. The Bulwark's actually kind of good at dealing with this. Is the Pyre gonna do that stupid thing it does, which flies straight over the top of a thing? Oh, wow. Yep, she's getting real close. She's gonna get hit in the sides with the cram cannons. Huh. No way is this gonna happen. I guess, frontsider versus 2v... I don't know why the Pyre does this. I don't think she's supposed to. But it's like one of those things that's like equal parts, like, beneficial but also annoying. In that she does that, and so it's harder to shoot at her. But then again, she exposes, like, her squishy bits. Alright, so now the Pyre is at 87% health. And the that Bulwark is at 93% health, so this is really winning chicken dinning right now. And most of the... oh my god. So this is like, in case anyone's wondering, this is how you actually want to deal with frontsiders, is, like, don't send one thing at them, wow, that Bulwark's actually flanking. Beautiful. The Pyre actually does have pretty decent, cram defense, like missile interceptor. She can move somewhat unpredictably. She does not seem to be doing that right now. She's flying very still. Huh. I think 1v1 the Pyre would win, but this is why spamming heavy armor wedges is kind of a double-edged sword. It means the other guy can afford two things which do not spam heavy armor wedges. Also, I think that that Bulwark is being very cheeky and is shooting down and is shooting the nukes before they even spawn. Well then, this is unexpected. I was kind of expecting the Pyre to like curb stomp this. Turns out that she doesn't dance quite well enough. Now she's turning. People did tell me the crams are actually pretty decent against the Pyre, and you know what? They kind of are, and they kind of aren't. If the Pyre does the thing where she is suicidally stupid and she, like, flies directly over the top of you, then yeah, that she's changed her mind. She's changed her mind, and now she's exposed her delicious booty. That looked important. That was APS components. Is this ICBM going to make it to the target? It seems to be having trouble. It seems to be having trouble. Whoa! That's the first nuke that managed to land here, and wow, that didn't do anything. Wow, that did almost nothing. Let's see if the Pyre can do... The Pyre is a little bit ridiculous. It's almost as good as the Bulwark at nasty surprises. She's not going to win. Although now she's doing that weird Tokyo drift thing. How about that? Wow, I wasn't expecting this. I guess, like, yeah, for the record, I think 1v1, the Pyre would definitely win, but she is also almost, but not quite, twice as expensive as the Bulwark, so I don't think that would have worked very... That already would have never been fair. Because 850 times 2 is... Hold on, 850 times 2 is a lot. 850... Hold on. 850 times 2... It's actually... Alright, so it's only 300,000 materials more. It's actually only 250,000 materials more, which admittedly is like the cost of the Aetos, so... I don't know, let me know if you think this was a fair fight or not. On the one hand, it is, on the one hand, it isn't, so I'm uncertain. But good to know that the Bulwark apparently can beat the Pyre in terms of material cost. I guess crams make a big difference. Because the Pyre goes absolutely nuts on the heavy armor wedges, which is expensive armor. And also crams I don't think crams just do not give a crap about wedges, because, like, you know, they do so much kinetic damage that kinetic resistance is generally not the way to go for them. And the Bulwark's really good at dealing with suicide vehicles. Wow. How'd she do against the Alarm? She did very badly against the Alarm, because the Alarmed is, well, really annoying. And we hate the Alarmed. Holy crap, she beat the Pyre! What an upset! Wow! I think also the Pyre does do that stupid thing of flying directly over an enemy ship. I don't know why it does that. I'm pretty sure she's not supposed to. But, yeah. Is that one last nuke? Wow, that nuke actually didn't do anything. Our nuke's bugged. Wow, that's a win for the Bulwark. Like, Huh. A slight material advantage, like roughly a 250... wait, no, not a 250. Hold on. Goes to... Yeah, 250k material advantage, but still. Still. Alright then. I think there's just one more. There is... Okay, the Empyrean. And this is also a 2v2. At the very least. Alright, so we got the Empyrean over there, which is 1796. 1796 divided by 850. By 850 is 2.1. So it's 2v2. 2v2 again. 2v2 again. 2v2 again. 2v2 again. Like, you understand now why I'm, like, limiting this just to the things in the godly section? Imagine if we did all of them. Imagine if we did the hard ones. That would suck. Anyway, let's go look at the Empyrean, which is kind of like the Pyre, but weirdly not as bad. Although I think she's more bouncy, so... I think she's a bouncy girl. She likes bouncing, boing, 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 up and down until she gets a pain in her Wow, that nuke got nuked immediately. The Empyrean does have a habit of, like, showing her butt to the enemy, which is a little weird. What is happening? She's very smoky. She is smoking a lot. I really hate how that happens. Yeah, sure, I wanted to lock onto the invisible thing. Oh my god. That is a lot of missiles. That is a lot of... I think the Empyrean might win this. Broadsiders tend to be somewhat better at... Never mind. Never mind. She's slow. See, this is what I'm talking about. The Empyrean just likes to, like, slow right the hell down and show her butt to the enemy. Almost like she's mocking them. She just lost 2 turrets. Just 2 whole-ass railgun turrets. And now she's lifting... I don't know. Who made this? Oh, the Empyrean is also kind of old. Her. She's going up into the sky. There's that one Bulwark that is going to... Wait a minute. Is she too high now? What's happening? She really likes to go, like, wee up into the sky and then kind of stop. Interesting. Let's go have a look at that, Go have a look at that Bulwark. How you doing? Not great. Why are you running... Why are you turning your butt towards the enemy? What are you doing? What is you doing? Also, what... Broadside 2.0 is what she's doing. Oh my god. The crams are landing. The crams, they are landing. Alright. Empyrean. I don't know who's going to win this one. Probably the Bulwarks, because the... Okay, never mind. Maybe, maybe not. She's now keeping her distance. She is keeping her distance. You know what just occurred to me would be a good rule of thumb? Is every craft you make has equal amounts of thrust in all directions. So basically, if you got like a whole bunch of... basically to properly balance maneuverability and speed. Because you've got too much of one or the other, then it's not good. Although probably prioritizing maneuverability is a good idea, because that way it crashes into things less and can actually turn itself to face the enemy a bit better. The Empyrean is just determined to waste everyone's time here. That is such a bouncy thing. Oh my god. Alright, so we've got 89% over there, 72% over there. Okay, I think the Empyrean has got this. Because, she's managing to what happened to her nuke spawners? Oh, there's one. Let's go follow this ICBM to its destiny. Help? Hello? Whoops. Not that. Lock onto that thing, please. And let's not lock onto it, because it'll make you ill. Let's see. Okay, then. Are the ICBMs bugged? They seem to be exploding too early for absolutely no reason. Was there a change? Does anyone know what's happening there? Because they don't seem to be doing much, like, at all. And the Empyrean has not taken any... It has taken damage. Maybe. Alright, let's see that again. Are ICBMs bugged at the moment? They might be bugged at the moment. They might be a little bit filled with cocky roaches. Why did I say cocky roaches? Cocky roaches is what happens when they've got absolutely no fear. They're out in daylight, you turn the light on, they don't run away, they're like, yeah, what? What are you gonna do? You have a bug phobia. That's a cocky roach. And nothing else. There's no other mental image that you could possibly have in your head when you hear the words cocky roach. Nope, okay, nope, they are functioning as a... Maybe it got shot and I didn't see it. Interesting. Let's follow this clamshell to its destiny and see if its destiny is in fact... Nope. Its destiny is to go to space. This is the Tsarist Russia space program, is fire the biggest gun possible into space. Why Tsarist Russia? I don't know. That just occurred to me. Alright, and now this thing is mocking us again. Circle at a distance. It's got 2 circle at a distance things. Okay, it's decided to stop moving. To assert dominance. It's like, how did you like my dance routine? The fact that the Empyrean spawns nukes and also throws a huge missile at its butthole seems very rude. Okay, wow, the Empyrean... It's really not moving. Like, at all. It just lost a turret. It just lost another... Can one of you craft in the computer on the monitor right now make up your minds about who's supposed to win right now? Because at the moment, it could be anybody. Alright, now the Empyrean's done that thing again. Where is the ICBM? Gonna get right up in its face. And... oh, that Bulwark is disintegrating. One of them is dead. He's already dead. And yeah, nah, Bulwark's not winning this. Bulwark is not winning this, because now it is a 1v1 with a 69, the funny number, 69% Bulwark versus the Empyrean. So, that's a loss. Interesting. I mean, not that, I guess, like, I was expecting her to lose, but after the Pyre, I was like, maybe I should adjust my worldview. When presented with new evidence, maybe I should adjust my expectations and my worldview. Wow, those missiles are horribly inaccurate at the moment. But, alas, alas, alas. Bulwark, not doing great. Are those nukes just colliding with invisible superstructure? Like, what's happening here? We're gonna have one more nuke, and then we're gonna just kind of speed things up a bit, probably. Probably. The hell happened? Like, what is happening here? Can lambs target anything with a nuclear warhead on it now? I don't know. And there she goes again. Bulwark fought bravely, both of them, but unfortunately she is disintegrating anus first once again. It just occurred to me that's just how she despawned. And no one judge her for that. She can despawn how she likes. Alright, so the Empyrean won that, but it was like, not unscathed. Lost multiple turrets. The Empyrean is a weird thing to fight. It kind of bounces up and down. I think this thing is like, people might be working in the wings to update this thing, because like, when this was created before authoring details were added to the game, sorry. So, seems inconceivable that no one would be trying to make this thing even more nightmarish. So, yeah, there you go. Alright, let us draw a veil over this horrible, horrible violence, and let's spawn in Bulwark again. And how did ye do? How did ye do? Wark-Wark. Alright, so let's list the losses first, because there's a lot. Let's losses first, because there's a lot more of them. So, Bulwark absolutely got her tushy handed to her by the Aetos, Harpia, Kobold, Goshawk, Thunderclap, Onslaught, and Empyrean. And she won against the Warlord, like, kind of expectedly, but astonishingly, she beat the Pyre. Roughly equal material cost, the Pyre just flew too close. like Icarus, flew too close to the sun. The Bulwark is the sun. The Bulwark is Melchior's son. Or daughter. Or just child, I guess. Flew too close to the celestial body that was packing heat in the form of cram cannons. So yeah, there's just one last Bulwark versus the World left. That is the Scarlet Dawn. Let's have some fight projections here. Like, what's a... Alright, so... Dominus, I don't think Bulwark's winning that one. Armageddon Protocol, hell no. Hypernova, maybe. Laniakea, hell no. Singularity, which is sadly out of date. I'm gonna go with the Bulwark could win that. Also depends on whether the surprise Scarlet Dawn update manages to land before I record the next one. Somehow I doubt it. It has been a long time. People have been asking, where is the Scarlet Dawn faction overview? And I say to them, the update's not here yet, the update's not here yet. I'm not rushing anybody, but please hurry up. Politely and respectfully. So anyway, thank you so much for watching. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. Support me on Patreon or YouTube membership if you like. It really helps, and there's fun perks in it for you. Like I was saying earlier in the video, access to a Patreon exclusive Discord where you can discuss what fights Bulwark will win or lose. And at the highest tier, I'll even build stuff or draw stuff for you, and it's a real hoot. Check out my other channels as well. I have a bunch. I have slightly too many. I might have a problem. So please validate my obsession with creating internet content by going and subscribing to all those things, please. And check me out on Twitch, because there's Twitch. There's streams. They are good streams. Oh, those are lovely streams. Farewell! What a bummer.